Bienvenidos, and welcome to another episode of Superboys, the show where we are burdened with glorious purpose. It is your host, Isaquito, the man with the plan, the most delicious taquito on this side, west of the Mississippi. Instagram, Icepackalicious. The YouTube Instagram is the official Newbies IG with your co-host, the man with the cream himself, Mr. Conky from another alternate universe, bonded together, the man himself. Sorry,
it's okay. I never have a good intro. You make me always feel bad in my heart. But it's your boy Hobbs, the second chair.
What's it going? Thank you guys for watching this episode. And guys, oh my god, first of all, apologies because we shot the last week episode 4 review, and like I just told him today what happened. We shot it. I had it in the memory card. The memory card got full when I shot the episode of Valientes, and while I was editing, I had to delete some stuff, and I accidentally ended up deleting it, and some chocolate covered raisins got thrown. That's all I gotta say. I was very highly upset, but whatever. It was a great episode.
Life happens.
But oh my god, this episode
is really good.
Amazing. Probably, honestly, my favorite episode of everything WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, like Disney Plus. This takes the cake. This really is the best, even better than the WandaVision finale.
Oh, you're taking it that far, huh? Yeah, I think I'm there with you.
Because of Alligator Loki.
Oh, he won my heart immediately.
Okay, so let's just get straight to it, because I don't know if it goes to with me. Oh, were you gonna say anything?
No, go ahead.
Was there any negatives to this episode?
No, I mean, there's one thing that upset me a little bit because it made me sad. There was no need to kill old man Loki. There was no need to do that.
We'll talk about that one later, because I wanted to talk about that scene too.
Okay.
For me, nothing.
Yeah.
Not a zapato. Nothing wrong with this episode. Fucking gold. Every minute of this was fucking amazing.
Of the episodes.
Definitely. Okay, so my favorite part, honestly, everything 100% Alligator Loki. Oh, I loved Alligator Loki. My favorite part
is when he bit off the Loki's hand.
Oh, Mayor Loki?
Yeah.
I'll talk about that one a little bit more too. He was amazing every time.
I love how everyone questioned that he was a Loki too.
It's like, he's a Loki? He's green, isn't he?
What alligator isn't green?
This is how you can tell the writers are really having fun with the show, and that's where this creativity really, really grows, because I was looking into it. Alligator Loki, because I've never seen Alligator Loki in the comics. I'm like, oh, what is Alligator Loki from? And they just created it on the spot. They were like, oh, what kind of Loki would we want? It. Yeah, and one guy's like, what about an alligator? And it's like, why an alligator? And then
imagine being in that writer's room,
yeah,
and then just the guy that never says anything. Oh, how about an alligator Loki? Why is he here?
Yeah, because and then the fact that they kept saying it throughout, they kept questioning it, and then his response was like, "Oh, he's green." That's exactly what the writer said. It's like, "Oh, well, the alligator is green, so let's just throw that in there." Like, what if there's a whole universe of alligators? I want to see that. I would
love to see that
universe. I want to see alligator Avengers. Can you imagine an alligator Hulk?
Can you imagine an alligator Iron Man? An alligator in a suit of armor?
An alligator Thanos?
Oh my! A purple alligator.
It's got a fucking Infinity Gauntlet.
That's on his tail.
Oh my god. Gold. I need this. Guys, Disney. Printing money. Do a whole ass fucking Disney Plus series. They're always doing little spin-off Disney Plus series. Give me an alligator.
Would you be happy with it if it was animated? No, you couldn't. You wouldn't.
I would not be happy.
You've
already shown me, the glorious fucking alligator.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be satisfied, but what I really want is live action alligators going at it.
I could do this whole podcast about alligator Loki.
Yeah, we could do an entire welcome to the Alligator Loki podcast. What's called the first part. I'm a sucker for. I was telling you about I really liked Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because I'm a sucker for different alternate universes, or even younger, older timelines when it's different versions of the heroes working together to stop the obstacle or the villain or whatever. So with this one,
you mean you're talking about that Power Rangers crossover?
The Power Rangers blew my mind when I seen that. If I was a kid, I would have lost my shit. So with like Loki's, when they were coming up with a plan, like when Loki told him like, why don't we just get a temp pad? We can grab a temp pad and get out of here.
Oh yeah, because those are everywhere.
And they're all laughing at him and everything. And it's like that was hilarious. And that's the one thing I noticed about Black Loki. Is that a gold Mjolnir he has?
I was staring at it. It looks like a piece of a railroad tie, like a cut off railroad tie.
A what?
Railroad
tie?
Yeah, the rails that the train moves on.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looked like.
Oh.
And then the handle would look like a wrench.
Oh, okay. The Black Loki.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hammer.
Yeah. Because I was just looking at it. It's like, oh, is this? Because for a second before he started talking, I'm like, oh, is this kind of like a Thor / Loki?
Yeah, I was
like
thinking
a combination
the same
of the
thing
two.
too.
Where Loki was the one he became Thor. Became worthy of carrying the hammer. But they didn't really go into it. But going into that,
I don't. No, because he would have to kill Thor. I feel like they'd say that because that's why the kid was the
that
leader.
doesn't make you worthy of being Thor. I mean, Captain America didn't have to kill Thor to have Thor's powers.
And then the kid didn't have the hammer either.
Yeah, going off of like Kid Loki, and like them explaining their Nexus events.
He had some drip on him.
He did have some
fly. And then his what was he wearing? He had wings on his head instead of horns.
Yeah, it was wings. Yeah, his little headband that he had. I really liked when they're explaining their Nexus events. How the black one was.
I killed Thor.
Yeah, after I killed. The black one was like, after I finished Captain America and Iron Man, I wielded the gauntlet right then and there. And then there's the cut of Alligator Loki like saying something. It's like, that's alligator for lies or whatever. Yeah. And then it's like, well, excuse me, for my Nexus event being eating the wrong neighbor's cat. And you see the alligator go up and they start fighting each other. Yeah. Dude, gold. Every scene with Alligator Loki, I was smiling ear to ear. Like, I loved it. They had fun with this episode. That's where you can really tell. Yeah. And it was awesome. And then with classic OG Loki, it's like, well, it's his next event. Yeah.
As soon as he left the planet, I was like, that's tough.
He was talking about how what's it called? It's like, oh, daggers hold us back. It's like, it's like, oh, but they look so cool. He's like, yeah, they look so cool when they drop being snapped by Thanos' grip, whatever, and all that. And like how his projection is so real that even it tricked Thanos. And so when he said it, I was like, okay, what you really made of, Loki?
Then, he showed you.
Yeah, they showed us at the end.
That was Asgard, right?
Yes, that was Asgard that he was projecting. Oh my God, what a baller! I'll get more into that one later. But when they were explaining the Loki events, will cause the Nexus events. That's when he goes into talking about how, have you ever met a woman version of us? It's like, that sounds awful or terrifying or whatever this is. Like, yes, but that's what I like about her or something like that. Talking about how he. She's the only person he really truly like believes in and trusts, and they're coming up.
You hear it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Is that Cat Loki? Is that Cat Loki out here? What's it called? Freaking kitty going off in the background. That's when he goes out, because like, F this, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stay here. And then that's when you see Mayor Loki. That's why I said I want to talk about later.
I liked his drip too.
Yeah. Mayor Loki is real. Like, from the comics. Like, he came out in 2016. This is the whole 2016 election. They made like a parody kind of off of that. So actually, he was actually running for president, like U.S. president, Loki, in that comic book run. I think it was only like 5 issues. It was a really small run. But when I seen that, I was like, oh shit, they got fucking, actual U.S. presidential fucking Loki. Like, like, that's pretty cool. The other ones, I could not tell you what. Like, they were probably just made up or whatever.
I was even fans of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was cool to see a bunch of Lokis fighting, but I was like, they look kind of whack.
Yeah, they looked whack. But I love that fucking, like, backstabbing scene, when it was like, how'd you get here? Like, surviving. And then that's when the Black Loki is like, sorry, my king, but I am the king now, whatever and all that. He's like, go ahead, take whatever you want. I'll be king. He's like, about that. He's like, about that. He's like, we had a deal. It's like, I have the army. This is gonna be my kingdom. And then fucking the other Lokis are like, about that. And it's like, you treacherous. And they're all getting mad and they all start fighting each other. It's like, oh, I loved it. It's like they know how Loki is, backstabbing sons of bitches, burdened with glorious purpose. So like, if I'm gonna rule anything, I'm gonna rule this void, this area. And that's when classic Loki freaking projects himself. We get a little taste of what's to come.
Yeah, he made himself a portal to
he made himself a portal, projections of the whole squad, so you see classic Loki fucking fighting, whatever, and even alligator Loki, you see him in the background.
And it looked like his classic Loki, his projection himself was also throwing out magic too.
Yeah, I was like,
so can they do physical damage? I'm wondering.
Well, that's what he's talking about. In the second episode, when Loki was talking about, like, they're not fake copies, like they're actually real, projections. It's like making duplicates, but like.
Right.
I forgot how he's explaining it, but that's how it's believable. Like, because he was shooting out magic. It's like, well, yeah, it's an extension of himself. It's just that's how powerful it is. Is like he can actually do some damage with that projected magic that he's shooting out. What's it called? What was your favorite part of this episode? I didn't even like ask you. Like,
I said the alligator.
Alligator Loki. Yeah, same here. Yes, everything 100% Alligator Loki. The whole ass podcast on Alligator Loki.
Something that caught my eye that was cool. The Thanos helicopter. I can't believe that was there.
Yeah, the Thanos copter. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That honestly got ruined for me. What's it called? Yeah, because I get distracted on watching. Like, I try to watch it Wednesday night, or Tuesday night, but I can't. And that night when I got home, for work, I seen a tweet. He's like, Thanos copter. I'm like,
that's the burden of social media.
Yeah, the burden of social media is like, I can't. And then Thursday, I didn't watch it till last night. So like the last day, like I think I seen something else on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I cannot. I cannot. Like, this looks awesome. I cannot fucking have this thing ruined for me. What's it called? During the whole TVA stuff, while that was going on.
Oh, business TVA, as usual. Mm-hmm. For what an epic battle that was, even though it was kind of short, you think they would have heard something. Oh, yeah, definitely. And then, I like the conversation she had with that other guard. And then it's like, she's curious. She wants to find who the fucking... I really do think she wants to know who really is in charge. I think she knows more than she's letting on.
But then at the very end, when she was by herself, she was asking the little fucking variant clock thing. Is like, I need all records. I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think she knows everything, but I think she knows a lot more than she's letting on.
Yeah, you think so? I actually generally think she's trying to find out who's behind everything.
Well, especially too, because when she was talking to Sylvie, I don't remember what she said, but then she was like, "Oh, and I'm just as much in the dark as you are." And then Sylvie said something else, and then she gave up information that she just said she didn't know. It's like, well, you're obviously lying.
Oh, it's because she's not trying to work with Loki. I feel like she's like,
of course that, but at the same time, it's like I just think she knows.
She knows more. I actually don't think she does. Maybe a little bit more, but I think she was just trying to lie with the whole fucking the Void spacecraft.
That was fucking tricked her.
What's called? But when she had that interaction with that guard, when she's like, "Oh, well, what's the difference between me and her?" Is like, "Oh, you want it. She needs it." It's like, oh,
I felt that.
Yeah, damn right. And then when she self-pruned, like it's getting all the guards questioning because like, why would somebody self-prune and all that? Mm-hmm. Pause.
Okay.
Fucking kitty.
Too much.
Oh, what? How did this happen? Astral projection. Look at that. It's Cat Loki. It's Cat Loki. Go ahead. Get on the table if you want. Was that a mistake? No, it wasn't a mistake. She's just cover that ass. This is a PG-13. This isn't rated R.
Have you seen they make things to hang on their tail and it's like a jewel, so it can look like a ruby or a diamond or something, and it covers their butthole.
No, I haven't seen that. All right, Kitty. What's it called? What you doing? Just put her on the ground. She just wanted attention. Let's go to Andrea and then we're working out.
One of my favorite lines, even though it didn't really do much for the show, but how they said it. I don't even remember which one of them said it, but when Loki was questioning, "Where are we? What's that?" And then it's like, "This is the Void." And that's what's his name? The clown?
Elias.
That's Elias. And where is lunch? Yeah. I'm not saying it right, but how he said it.
And that's a shock. That's, we're in the tank. What's it called? Yeah, so right now on the TV, while this shit was going on in the Void with all the Lokis fighting each other, the guards are starting to question things, and she's trying to just keep everything, in control. She's like, while trying to figure out what's going on. That's why I do believe she is also on the side that she doesn't really know, maybe a little bit more, but she is curious. Like, she doesn't know who's in charge.
I feel like she knew that those timekeepers were fake.
Oh, you think she's...
She didn't seem surprised.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if she knew or she didn't.
I mean, I could definitely be wrong. It's just a feeling I'm getting.
I think you might be right. I think I'm leaning more that she might have known, but just like maybe she was just like, no, I got to make sure everything is intact.
I got to handle business first.
This is her life. This is her world. Like, the whole TVA. So even though that just happens, like, no, we got to keep things going and, keep fighting for what they've been doing. But Mobius, my guy, when he popped up, saving Sylvie from the cloud.
Pizza car?
And the pizza car. Beep, beep, cowabunga, all that stuff. I really like, I'm so glad with like how they ended up showing the void and like how everybody ends up going there. You know, that's how timelines get destroyed and everything. Like they never reset them. That they just send them to like the void to get destroyed by a light and shit like that. What's it called? So with Mobius and her, how they were like bonding and everything, and then her plan to enchant it. I really like that scene wherein they finally reunite. And then it's like, what was your plan? And it's like, oh, we're going to kill Elias.
That's your plan?
Like that. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, and you all agreed with them. And then they're like, oh, I was questioning it. You know? And the alligator Loki is like, it was praying. You know, that's what it's like. Like, it's like, what is it? Like, see, the alligator's with me. He's like, he's praying. He thinks we're going to die. And like, so, fucking absolute gold. Yeah. So then that ended up leading into the part where they're on the grass. You know, they're while they're trying to come up with a plan and like what they're gonna do after, and you know, he casts that blanket, and then it's like, oh, do you want me to cast you a blanket too? And then when he does that little shit, he's like, oh, what is this? A tablecloth? It's like, no, it's a blanket.
It did look like a shit blanket.
So I really like that bonding moment. I actually really enjoyed. That's also one of my favorite parts of the episode is their moment that they had together.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, I kind of hope she makes it out of this. I want to see Loki happy. You know, we're finally seeing. Or I want her to die and make it sad. One or the other. They make it out together, or she fucking dies in front of them and turns Loki even more villainous.
Don't do this. Don't do this. You know, I rewatched Avengers, the first Avengers, after watching that too. Because it was just on the suggestion. I was like, okay, something in the background.
Like, Age of Ultron would always pop up after WandaVision. Like, really? Watch Age of Ultron. Oh, watch Age of Ultron.
Dude, I forgot how evil Loki was. He was straight from the jet. Like, I'm ready to cut throats.
Oh, yeah. Just stabbing people left and right. Yeah, so that's where I want this to go.
And then what's crazy, too, this is right after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's grown really fast compared to... Because Thor Ragnarok, well, I would say is his other turning point. Mm-hmm. How far at...
That is true, because it started at the end of Infinity War, and you already seen him, you know, kind of like turning, you know...
so that's a long time after.
So how long do you think, how much time has passed? You know, because like I said,
since
it's like,
they've been there?
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know if this has been days, weeks, or, you know, like months since this whole thing has happened.
Yeah. That's a good question. It's got to have been a while, because he changed a lot already. Mm-hmm. He's changed in this time period what it took for him to change in Ragnarok, and I'd say even more
years.
Here.
Yeah,
and that was years.
Years. Yeah. As far as we know, it could have been years. But what's it called? So I really like that conversation. You know, and then she starts asking like, how can I trust you to, you know, that you won't backstab me at the end of this? And then he's like, I've betrayed my father, I've betrayed my brother, I've betrayed people, you know, like, and I know why, but this time, like, and he talks about, you know, how he won't, and, you know, he's trying to build that trust with her. And then she asks him of what he's going to do after. He's like, oh, it's like, you're going to find a kingdom to rule. And it's like, and I'll finally be happy. And like, what about you? He's like, I don't know. And then he goes through, it's like, oh, we'll figure it out together. It's like, oh, Loki is really bonding with somebody finally. Mm-hmm. And then we get the fact, you know, rewinding, you know, when they first meet up, it's like, who are these? It's like, oh, these are my friends. When he said that, it's like, oh, look, he's really, really grown. He's really adult. Like, you know, he's starting to trust people, you know, build that, you know, relationship. And we really see that pay off with OG Classic, because even him, he got pissed off when all the Lokis were backstabbing each other and kill each other. It's like, just like a Loki, it's like this burden with glorious purpose. And, you know, Loki,
that's a good line.
Classic too. G getting mad or whatever and everything. It's like backstabbing, you know, getting across whenever they can, and him going off of this rant and all that. So him getting sick and tired of, like, you know, Loki's looking out for nobody but themselves, exactly. So when they have that goodbye with Mobius, and then, you know, Mobius is like, well, it was good working with you, and then Loki just looks at him and gives good Owen Wilson a fucking hug. Like, that was a good moment. And then
my man always, you're my favorite.
Yeah, I thought he said that to Sylvie.
No.
Yeah, I thought that's what made it even funnier, and like the classic so? Owen Wilson, like, you know, charming, like, you know, I don't know if he meant it, but, you know, like, as he's hugging, you know, Loki, I thought he made eye contact with Sylvia, is like, oh, you're my favorite Loki, you know, whatever and all that, just a little, you know, charm, like how he
I just figured he was talking to.
He could have said it, you know. I'll rewatch it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he was saying it to Loki, or was he saying it to Sylvia? I thought he was saying it to Sylvia.
Do a poll.
Yeah. And then, you know, the rest, him deciding to go with her, is like, oh, we're going to enchant it. And then you were right, my guy. You know, like, that he didn't know how to enchant, you know, and all that. Like,
I told you.
Yeah, homie was right. I was the wrong.
One on the scoreboard for me.
Yeah, and then everybody else decided to stay. He's like, oh, this is our place. We've been surviving. We know what to do. And then so they go, and then they're waiting for the next Nexus event to pop up so it can be distracted. And then that's when he grabs the dagger that the little kid, gave him. Little kid Loki.
What? I feel like there's something special about that. I feel like if we do research, we can find what that was.
That special Loki? Yeah. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what's so special about that one.
Well, something was special about that dagger, too. Like, he caught on fire, and he's like, oh, you'll need this. Like, he can make his own daggers. Something has to make that one special.
Yeah.
Because it definitely looks different than the one our Loki makes, too.
Yeah, because he makes the dual-wield ones, whatever. So then he goes and decides to create the distraction himself. Can you try putting her on your lap? See if she'll chill. This Loki's been burdened. It's like, I'm gonna be the king of YouTube. So then, so he creates the distraction. Oh, don't worry, little kitty. Sorry, I'm professional, but it's whatever. She just wants attention. We'll give her attention after this. We're almost done, kitty. What's it called? So when they're deciding to stay, and he decides to go stay with her. I already said that. They're trying to distract her. Loki creates a distraction. The fire, so come here, and then he sees what Sylvie's doing, so the cloud Alioth goes towards her, and then that's when you see that giant green flash. And this is what I've been saying before: classic fucking old school Loki. Fucking making, I'm like, is that Asgard?
I know.
Like fucking amazing. And then you see, Alioth going towards it, and it keeps trying to eat it, and then it's like disappearing. Then like he keeps trying to fucking eat it, and as it's going, he's like, go, now's your chance. And then so that she's trying to enchant it. They grab a part of it, and then Loki is trying, but he can't.
He doesn't know what to do. Yeah.
And then what's it called? And then finally Loki, classic Loki, fucking uses up all his magic or whatever he had, or gets tired out, whatever, and then the Asgard falls apart, and then you see our Loki, finally at least some green stuff shooting out of his hand, so like it looks like he's starting to enchant it, but not quite there yet, so they're struggling to enchant the cloud. And then what's it called, he's just there, he's like burdened with glorious purpose, and then he fucking eats. Like, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, because you guys are a G and you guys watch this.
It was a beautiful way to go out, but they didn't have to do it to him.
I cried.
You cried?
I cried watching my G Loki. I fucking teared up. Tears were going down my fucking eyes because of
not multiple tears.
2 tears. Two tears, one each. Oh, just like I was like, no, fucking, how dare you? I thought, you know what? Alligator Loki was definitely the MVP of this because I just loved him. But classic Loki, right there, just barely under him, just for what he did. Like, what a fucking beast he did, with the fucking magic that he did.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, he really showed that. Yeah, these daggers, they hold you back. And all that. Like, you really, you don't need them. So I'm hoping if this Loki ends up coming back, I'm pretty sure, to the MCU is like, please take that to heart. What this classic, Jutsu is like, focus on your magic. These daggers are nothing but distractions and the limiters, to hold you back. And then he was finally to do it, I'm pretty sure, with like the power of love or whatever and all that,
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and he ended up doing it. Yeah, plot armor. And then they see that hole. What is that place? I think that's beyond the void, like where the timekeepers are at.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was.
So you think the timekeepers are still alive?
I think whatever is actually behind all this is there. Maybe they're not called the timekeepers, but the people actually in charge.
So when Sylvie first got there and she touched the cloud, and then that's what she saw too.
Yeah, that's what she saw.
So I was when they first flashed that, I was like,
like a castle. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. I thought it was like a fond memory of her or something on it, but I didn't realize until
I thought it was going to be her memory too.
Yeah, I didn't realize until she explained it that it was actually part of Alioth's memory or whatever it was, a part of it. But dude, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, just a little bit. This could have been a fucking movie, dude, and I would have been awesome. And I can only imagine, like, fuck, movie budget quality. Like, damn, this would have been fucking dope. Like, what they should have done, honestly, and I would have been a sucker for it. And I'm pretty sure there have been people like me where they did a lot of the story building with the first 4 episodes, and these last 2 episodes, and these last 2 episodes could have been a movie. They're like, I could see it totally ending when Loki wakes up and he sees the 3 Lokis. Well, actually 4 Lokis with Alligator Loki. How dare I forget Alligator Loki?
Well, now that you...
And then from right there, that's when the movie starts.
Now that you bring that up, too, that makes me... Because I was telling you, I'd be happy if they did this with just the movies, and all movies in general.
Yeah.
I'd be more happy if they did that. So 4 episodes of story building, bam, a movie.
And then nothing but payoff. Yeah, nothing but payoff. Yeah, exactly. You've already done the story building with the episodes. Cool. Yeah, that would be fucking like enough to like get us to where we need to, and then nothing but climax.
Because there's been times in the movies where the climax and the payoff feels rushed because there's not enough time for the movie.
Yeah.
So that would be cool if they started doing stuff like that.
We still got a whole episode. Like, honestly, I don't know how they're going to top this episode.
Well, now they're in the place. Yeah. So who knows what's going to go down there.
My emotions were all over the place with this, and all that.
So this has to... So we know WandaVision's definitely tying into Doctor Strange, Universe of Madness, or...
Yeah. The Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness.
I'm thinking this one does too.
You think this one does too?
It has to.
That was my original thought. Remember, my original theory is that before we found out this timekeeper shit was fake, I thought Wanda was going to be a variant, because she's working on bringing her children back, and that's not supposed to happen. But I don't know. I think some way, somehow, this is going to lead into it. Maybe this is how Loki comes back into the MCU, and all that. But I don't know. I'm just excited. I don't know what they're going to do with this next episode. I feel like I'm building myself a little too much because how much I love this episode. I don't think it's going to be able to top it, but that's fine. It doesn't need to. Just because it's not as great as this episode doesn't mean it's going to be a bad episode. What's it called? But yeah, it really made me realize, like, fuck, I wish this was a movie. I could only imagine 20 times, like, an alligator Loki on the fucking big screen,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. I can't believe
I'm hoping they bring him back for the final episode. Just a little something.
Yes, give us. What did they do? What did boy Loki and alligator
Loki
do?
Even if it's like a post-credit scene, just of them hanging out.
Yeah. Or a post-credit scene. Boom! I'm saying it right here, right now. This would be $1 billion bucks. The post-credit scene of the final episode. Throwback to the first Avengers. Remember when what was that? Schwartz, or what was it that they were eating? At the end of the first Avengers. Was it shawarma? Shawarma?
I don't know.
I forgot what it was. Shawarma? I'm losing nerd
credit. Captain America was covering his face because of the beard, right?
They're just eating. They're just eating in the little, after the fucking Loki event, whatever, and all that. Redo that scene, but with alligators.
That'd be cool.
$1 billion right there. If it's fucking the alligator universe of like alligator Captain America, alligator Loki, alligator Hulk, alligator Black Widow.
Where would they be eating? At a swamp?
At a swamp, a little swamp. Just literally recreated of that scene, alligator version.
That'd be freaking amazing.
Put that on a shirt. Put that on. I'll buy that merch, bro. Like I would buy that merch too. Like I didn't. Again, I felt like I've repeated this over and over. I cannot believe how much I ended up falling in love with alligator Loki. I need alligator Loki merch quick.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved every second of it. I wish there was more.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to talk about the episode?
No. Just that I have a good feeling about this next episode. I don't know if they'll be able to top it. If they can, fucking kudos to them. That'll be an amazing episode too.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling like this is probably going to be the favorite episode. Like, I don't think anything's going to top this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what I think.
Do they have another show planned on?
I think it's Miss Marvel.
A show for her?
Yeah. Not Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
I know who you're talking about.
The Pakistani. I believe she's Pakistani.
Basically, Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's it called? I think she's Pakistani. Yeah. So it's. I think it's between that or the Hawkeye series. Because Hawkeye and Hawkgirl.
I really like him as a actor, but Hawkeye's such a dumb character. He calls it out himself in the movie.
Yeah. But I think this is where he can shine, is in a TV show. But then
he definitely can.
And then also, it won't be a situation with like Winter Soldier where they nerfed him. I'm like, oh my god, I felt like you guys nerfed them throughout the whole. You can't nerf a Hawkeye, so I wouldn't. Yeah, the whole TV show, I can go for it. But like, with like that was probably my only negative out of the show. Looking back at it, is like, you guys really nerfed fucking Bucky. Like, bro, he was like, there's times where he was just like, why is he struggling?
He should have been a lot stronger because of his new arm, if anything.
Yeah, but yeah, great. 10 out of 10. This episode was 10 out of 10. Perfect. Perfect. Perfectly executed. Often. Yeah, fun. Sad, entertaining, just it got us going. Question more. Exactly, all the marks. But yeah, that's all I can think about it. What's called? Thank you guys for watching this episode of Alligator Loki review, and with your host Isaquito, the man with the plan. Instagram, you can find me at Instagram at iSpackalicious, and then follow this YouTube channel's Instagram at the official Newbies IG. I'm getting better. I finally posted something on it, whatever, and all that. I'm trying to get better. The last episode of Los Valientes, and all that. But I'm gonna start
Well, just like a clip of it.
Yeah, just like a couple clips of it. But like, damn it, I was gonna post a behind the scenes thing of it today for our thing, but I'll do it while we're smashing. What's it called? And your co-host, Mr. Cream over here. Cash rules everything around me.
Second chair guy with not so good outros or intros. Your boy Hobbs.
The man who's gonna get destroyed by the cute team, not the malice team. The cute team.
No, he doesn't want these problems with Kazuya
or the Dukers team. Little man.
Nah, I didn't like that. There's nothing I could do.
But thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Have a beautiful day. Have a glorious day. Have a whatever
have a
kind
day
of day.
full of purpose.
Exactly, full of purpose. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. Bye.